It's my honor at this time to invite forward our Rabbi, Emeritus, Rabbi Howard Shapiro, our colleague and friend, to offer his words of wisdom.
I'm not used to it up here. So this is my sunset prayer. It comes from the title of a poem by Jacob Gladstein, and I share it with you as I walk into October to celebrate my 85th birthday. This is what I know about my birthday. I am blessed to be reaching it. I am blessed to have a wonderful life partner, Eileen, and an almost perfect family, David and Rachel, Jasmine and Bobby and Corey, Danny, Sammy, Tali, Jacob, and Maya. They're watching, by the way, and they told me I had to put all their names in. I am blessed to be able to watch them grow and become their own people with their own successes and their own challenges. I am blessed to be in relatively good health. At this age, of course, relative is the operative word. Shoulder, knees, too many platelets, I could go on. But I am also aware, sometimes keenly and sharply, and sometimes just like a dull refrain at the edge of my consciousness, that my tomorrows are fewer than my yesterdays. And I wonder, what do I do? How do I make them worthy? How to love and live the life left? I don't know how old Jacob Gladstein was when he wrote the poem, Praying the Sunset Prayer. And by the way, neither does ChatGPT. But I found the poem in our Elul prayer book. And it calls to me as this day of introspection, forgiveness, and prayer winds its ways down, and as I mark my days and reflect on my blessings, past and future. Praying the sunset prayer. I'll let you in on a secret about how one should pray the sunset prayer. It's a juicy bit of praying, like strolling on grass. Nobody's chasing you, nobody hurries you. You walk toward your Creator with gifts in pure, empty hands. The words are golden, and their meaning is transparent. It's as though you're saying them for the first time. If you don't catch on that you should feel a little elevated, you're not praying the sunset prayer. The tune is sheer simplicity. You're just lending a helping hand to the sinking day. You take a created day and you slip it into the archive of life, where all our lived out days are lying together. The day departs with a quiet kiss. It lies open at your feet while you stand saying the blessings. You can't create anything yourself, but you can lead the day to its end and see clearly the smile of its going down. See how whole it is, not diminished for a second, how you age with the days that keep dawning, how you bring your lived out day as a gift to all eternity. I struggle to see my life as a gift to eternity. Well, I don't really struggle. I challenge myself. I push myself I memorized the poet's words. See how whole it all is, not diminished for a second. Sure, there are moments I regret. Sure, there are moments, words I wish I could take back, deeds that I do not live up to, opportunities I took and opportunities I missed that, like the butterfly's wings, changed the arc of my universe. But that's what this day is all about. And that's what these prayers are supposed to speak. Sunset prayers that offer forgiveness for all the cracks in the universe of our lives. A day of acceptance that we have lived and we live with moments of joy and moments of sadness, with moments of pride and moments of regret. A gift to ourselves that night brings on dawn, and we can begin again. And the memories of those we have lost and what we have missed turn to blessings as we link our thoughts and prayers to those whose physical lives have ended, to those who live in our hearts, waiting for us to join them in the bundle of eternal life. I wrote pieces of this sermon meditation before Rosh Hashanah. I wrote this as we were processing the death of Charlie Kirk and Robert Redford. Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet at age 31. Redford died in his sleep at age 89. I wrote this and said to myself, I thought Redford was indestructible, jumping off a cliff with Paul Newman. I wrote this and said, no matter what he preached and no matter how much we disagreed, Charlie died too soon. None of it is fair. Fair is not a word we use when it comes to death. Natural is, timely is, sad is, inevitable is. And Yizkor is the time to recognize this truth and what it calls out to us. We don't like to talk about the ultimate inevitable. We don't like to talk about death. In an article entitled How to Die Well in the Free Press, Dr. Charlotte Grinsberg writes, we are simply not ready to leave when our time has come, or at least to talk openly and deeply enough. The author goes on to speak about both the mechanics of dying and the things we should do to prepare for this ultimate crossing. Things like arrangements, advanced directives, healthcare proxies, and end-of-life financials. Conversations we should have or could be have with our loved ones. Matters that will make it easier when we leave. But it is this from her article that really spoke to my heart. I believe death should not be seen only as an ending. It is a teacher, a mirror, a catalyst. It shapes how we live, how we spend our time, where we seek meaning. Death shouldn't be feared throughout life. It can motivate us to live better. It can deepen or dismantle our faith. It brings up regrets, reveals hopes. To learn how to die well is, in many ways, to learn how to live well and how to leave a legacy. Yizkor is about the legacy we have been given by those whom we remember, and the legacy we would like to leave to those who will remember us. To recast the author's words, it teaches us how to live well and live impactfully. In the charitable world, legacy is financial. And I embrace that concept, that through our financial resources, we can give life to those who come after us as we ensure the values we lived with and the values we hope will continue to exist after us. Through a legacy gift, we can ensure that parts of us that we believe in live. Eileen and I have a legacy gift in our will to Temple Israel, in appreciation for all the gifts and love it has given us. But there is another kind of legacy, and they are not mutually exclusive. There is the legacy known in our tradition as an ethical will. Ethical wills come in many different forms. The great Yiddish writer Shalom Aleichem instructed his survivors in his ethical will to bury him among the poor, and on the anniversary of his death, to stand at his grave and read his stories and laugh. Sam Levinson, the popular TV personality in the 1950s, author and comedian, wrote an ethical will for his children and his grandchildren. He wrote, "I leave you my unpaid debts. Everything I own, I owe. To America, I owe a debt for the opportunity it gave me to be free. To my parents, I owe America. They gave it to me. I give it to you. Take good care of it. I leave you not everything I never had, but everything I did. A good family, respect for learning, compassion, and some four-letter words like help, give, care, love." If truth be told, I haven't written a formal ethical will. Maybe yet. I don't know if I ever will. That's an admission and a confession. But I do have values that I pray will live on after me. And they are not demands, nor are they compulsory. But they reflect me and my prayers for the future. So I'm going to share them with you, not out of a sense of morbid fear, but out of a reminder about what our tradition means to me. America needs caring for. Our freedoms are precarious. Don't think this is just a passing phase. Fight like hell to keep it free for all peoples. Israel is not just a place. It is a laboratory where Jewish values meet Jewish survival. There will always be a need for a Jewish state, and there will always be a need for Jewish power. Support it, care for it in ways that reflect your values. Being Jewish is more than one definition. And as we say all too often, being Jewish, it's complicated. But one thing is clear. Until the Messiah comes, we do not accept the status quo. It appears that anti-Semitism is still with us. Don't let it define us or frighten us. Let it motivate each of us to be a better person, and by that I mean a better Jew. Money is a tool. Use it for good. It does not guarantee happiness. Love does. Caring does. Hope does. Belief does. Search for God. You just might find him. You just might find her. In each other, or in the birth of a baby, the growth of the flower, the colors of a rainbow. Prayer works. Not the way you might think, but in the very words that imprint on your soul. And to my kids and grandkids, and to all kids and grandkids, love each other. Find ways to be together. Family doesn't just happen. It takes work, it takes commitment, and it's worth all the aggravation. And to all of us, no matter what our age, be kind to each other, be gentle with your words, be patient, and think before you speak or act. This is one of my favorite midrashim. It recently found its way into the New York Times. It's about Adam and his first day, and it's about Adam and the sunset prayer that Adam prayed. So Adam is wandering in the Garden of Eden. Everything in the Garden of Eden is perfect. I imagine it's a sunny day with deep blue skies, and the fruit on the trees glisten in the nascent light. But as he strolls, the day winds down, and he becomes afraid. And as he strolls, it is a deep angst, a deep fear that conquers him. He is afraid that as the day ends, the world is ending, and that this sunset marks the end of his brief moment in the garden. All night long he trembles and cries. All night long he prays for understanding. And then as the darkness recedes and cracks of light creep their way across the horizon and the sun begins to rise, Adam begins to understand. This is how the world works. Sunrise follows sunset. And here I am on day 2. To pray the sunset prayer is to conquer Adam's fear and to have hope and not be afraid. There is sunrise after sunset. I believe there is life after death, even if we don't know what it looks like. To pray the sunset prayer is to walk through the deep grass and know that no one is hurrying us. I believe that our life needs to be appreciated in every way we can imagine. To pray the sunset prayer is to pick up the pieces of regret and sorrow, pride and love, and offer them with a smile to those who come after us. To pray the sunset prayer is to live our lives as a gift we have been given, and a gift we give to tomorrow. To pray the sunset prayer is to celebrate every breath, to live life with love, to live life with hope, to live life with faith, with compassion, and to live life with joy.